Damn. Hey, what's going on? So I don't know what goes on with a lot of y'all. I don't. Y'all too vested into this YouTube stuff for me, man. Shout out to SKC and just all the other people and other sectors and stuff. Uh, I gotta let y'all know, y'all too vested into this YouTube stuff for me. Y'all, I don't know how y'all keep track of all these talks and rebuttals and community and all this other. I don't know how y'all do it, bro. If y'all can do it, then I wish y'all the best. I guess the people on the panel, trolls and everybody from different sectors or panels, y'all, I don't know what's going on with y'all, man. Huh? Dollars? Oh, you want to get rich? I want to get rich too. We're getting there. Oh, you're gonna stay here, please. You can stay here. I'm moving out. If you're dad, you can stay. You can keep the house. Dad moving out.
Hey, you stay.
Yeah, I'm out, dude. But I gotta let y'all know. I don't plan on I don't like these YouTube. I don't keep up with y'all YouTube beefs and issues and community and right wing and left wing and white people worship and black people worship. I don't keep up with all that religious babble y'all talk about. Y'all talk about some stupid shit. Y'all do. What's up, Azure Saints? I just don't. This is YouTube. I think I'm more publicly open than a lot of these people are. I probably because I don't have nothing to hide, or I'm just who I am, who I am. I raised my family, and think I'm eating snacks with my kid, and
This is different.
You like it different? Yeah.
Tastes like blueberries.
Oh no, I just don't know. Like some of y'all spend too much time focused on energy that ain't giving y'all no power. I never understood that. Why would y'all? Why do y'all focus? See, let me teach y'all some. Let me teach some of y'all some lessons. So, never give energy or time or effort into something that's not for you. Thank you. Want me to teach something? You want me to teach something, Daddy? Want to teach something? Don't. What does that say?
So it's just a time your issue. Just solve.
Simple. This is the answer that BMT will tell his kids that they would never have to come to YouTube. Like, I will never waste my time sitting on YouTube, going from panel to panel, doing like, I'm too busy. I'm too busy with schools, my kids' education, my businesses, my life. Real men don't have yeah, like they hearing these stupid things called beef on YouTube. How do y'all have beef? Y'all all sound like a bunch of random idiots. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all keep on this same old babble stuff. Y'all starting to sound crazy, man. I see why some of y'all might have to stay in the shadows, man. I see why some of y'all might can't talk about this stuff. See, I can talk openly about my channel to people. I can do that. Thank you for the period. Thank you for the period. Yeah, she put a period at the end. Sorry. See, This is happens when you. This is what happens when you sit at home with a child and you read with them. Y'all can sit here and have all these goddamn, well, tell me about, well, that's a Kimita or right wing or left wing or liberal. This y'all can play all these liberal talking point or whatever kind of ideology and stuff. I'm too worried about myself and my family being accountable for what I do, taking care of my responsibilities and my children and my household and my things that affect me. I don't think too much. Y'all can have the rest of this. You can finish the milk. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm more focused on that, not on YouTube. I got more things. Like right now, I just went to a gallery to look at pictures. What's up, Blue Devil? What's up, K-Mac, Azure? You're welcome. I don't really care to listen to the woes of men. Oh, 7 o'clock. My bad. Y'all, like these talking points, these circular panels, or things going on, they don't do nothing for me. That's why it's 2022. Y'all still talking about the same thing. Y'all still talking about the same thing. See those boys? You think they care about anything that anybody has to say? They don't. They don't. Neither do I. Because I know at the end of the day, me arguing with a bunch of people online ain't going to change shit. You're lying. You're a grifter. You just got, yeah, you're right. I just went to SKC. I go to listen, I can go anywhere I want. I can go anywhere I want. This is YouTube. I can go anywhere I want. This is YouTube. It's the open web. You can't stop nobody. You can't stop anybody from going anywhere. Are you stupid, pillow man? Like pillowcase, whatever. Sound like some weirdo. You can't stop nobody from going anywhere on YouTube. Like y'all sound dumb. That's how stupid y'all. See, I told you, man. Stupid people get born every day. Stupid people say something dumb every second. You just at SKC? Yeah, I was. I said interesting. I'm just watching. I don't know how that triggers some of y'all, but you really cannot stop nobody from going nowhere. You can't stop nobody. This is the free open web, baby. Y'all poor people don't pay for no servers. Do they pay for anything? Do they buy anything? Y'all can't even buy. Y'all can't do nothing for me. I don't know how y'all so wound up, wrapped up, Holy Ghost fire baptized. Y'all show me a video of y'all doing something with y'all children. Then I'll be impressed. I bet y'all can't. Show me a video of y'all going to the school, participating, doing something fundamental for society. I bet y'all can't. Oh, Dad. Bet y'all can't. Y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all YouTube bots. That's what I call y'all. YouTube bots. Say it with me, kids. What do you call them? YouTube bots. Y'all can't do nothing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all corny. Y'all can't stop nobody from going nowhere. Y'all don't got no power. Y'all only power is just to complain. Complain and just mad. Like, they just stop. Yeah, I know we know they don't got nothing, baby. We know they don't got nothing. That's why they come complain to me. They come to me, a daddy. Tell me cry on my shoulder. Cry on my shoulder. Sadly, I don't have no room. But y'all can't stop nobody. I mean, to be fair, I don't mind nobody coming to my channel. They come to my channel all the time. Some of us don't need to prove to YouTube we are involved with our kids. Okay, congratulations, but I don't care. You should be involved with your kid, dummy. You should be involved with your kid. I don't know why you think that's a big statement. Like, see, this is how sad some of y'all Just don't get it. I'm not vested into YouTube that much anymore. Like, like, like I'm just not vested that hard into something. Probably because I live a real life outside of this space. Probably because I actually will do stuff. Like somebody could say something about me on YouTube, I probably wouldn't care too much because I really wouldn't care. Actually, I wouldn't care at all. But at the end of the day, what's going to change? Words are just words. I thought we learned that when we was little kids. What's up, Bayou Bunny? How you doing, babe? What's up, Super Mike? What's up, Trey? Words are just words. At the end of the day, what people say on YouTube, it won't have any influence. If you truly are an individual on your purpose, doing what you need to be doing in your life, why would you care what other people are doing online? I really don't. I be trying to figure other people out. Like, why do they even put that much energy? Like, I be asking. I hope that at least paid a bill of yours. Now, if this is your job or career, is YouTube, which I don't even know. I see. This is why those colleges be having them damn talking points. They be having them talking points of you can go be anything and go be a social media content creator. And I'll be like, oh God, there we go. I'm just saying, man, some of y'all just starting to sound like those people that don't have nothing feasible going on. Not saying that I don't know some of y'all people do. I really don't. I really wish we could just, I know, shout out to Trey Josh. We know that Mike is electrical. James works at a plant. Bayou Bunny, she works. Free Zone. What does it have to do with SKC? Oh no, I just took a picture. I just took a picture. I mean, people just brought my name up. So I mean, then this is nothing to get SKC. I just knew people would come. So don't mind me talking if I'm just talking about the topic. Y'all don't mind me that. I'm just talking. It's just talk. And I can talk about anything I want to. I'm just letting y'all know. I can talk about anything I want to. I don't care what anybody feels. It's the internet. Nobody is above ever not being talked about. I get talked about. Shit. Anybody can be talked about. The thing about it is, why does anybody care what other people talk about on the internet? Y'all ain't got. I mean, shit. Y'all just social media talkers behind screens. You're not changing shit. You're not making any lobbying things. You definitely ain't out there marching or doing anything. I don't know if you are or not. That's my business. But I'm like, why do you put this much energy into this shit? Like, and that's my main reason why. Why? Like, I'm not over here crying about oppression. I can't. I literally just bought another goddamn house. Why would I cry about oppression? Why would I? I'm a proud veteran. I served. I traveled. I'm living a great life, an immaculate life that most guys and women complain that they don't have. I got nothing to really complain about. Why would I complain? And I'm a black man doing exactly what some people wish that they could do. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, you talk about race. You damn right I can talk about race. It's my channel. I pay for it. What's up, baby? You know what, baby? That is a good question. You're so smart. How can men talk about raising women and they can't do their own damn job? That's a good question, baby. Say that. What's that? What's that question one more time? How can men be raised but they don't do their own job? Oh my God, that's a little girl saying that? Jesus Christ. Baby, you take the wheel, boy. We did something right when we made you. If they just come back. Like, no worries. Go and be a child. Be a child. I want you to be a child. Stay in a child's place. We know we got some creepy dudes online these days. Bye, baby. Like, I'm trying to tell people, like, if you ain't got, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Like, I mean, unless I can understand if you don't say to feel something where I'm gonna say to feel something as to like, if it ain't your children to worry about, or you ain't really in that kind of field, why do you care? Let me see what the pillowcase straggler said. But I thought anime and video games was your lane. Oh yeah, it is. And I can talk about that and then some. I can talk about that and then some. Why not? Why can't I just talk? I mean, I got multiple channels. To be fair, I got multiple channels. This is just my oldest channel. So why can't I talk about that? I mean, is there a problem with that, Free Zone? Is there a problem with that? I mean, do I tell y'all what to talk about? Like, I mean, no offense, but listen, hold on. Okay, I'm right here. I'm doing that now. So a person can't make commentary on something other than their lane. I don't know how. I don't know why. It seems like, I guess, if you can't make any commentary, and I always ask people, like, worry about your image or worry about yourself. Worry about getting yourself together. Seek out and go follow your purpose. Nah, BNP, I want to see that content, big dog. How many times have I done video games? I got. Let me ask this thing. How many times in the chat have I done content while playing video games? How many times have I actually done shows while playing video games? See, I know some of y'all just now getting over here. But the thing about it is I've been doing that. Actually, like, no offense, but I probably wouldn't, I don't want to, why would I want to mix my algorithm of my gaming over here? You know what I'm saying? like, like, that's the thing about it. Like, people get mad because I said I commented on, or I put a screenshot. I don't get mad. Come in. I don't get mad. I mean, the thing about it is YouTube. We could talk about whatever we want to talk about. It's a free open market. No, see, that's the thing about it, K-Mac. Like, whenever I do video game streams, ain't like people be running up in the chat. Man, you fine, Mo. You fine, Mo. Let me. You know what I'm saying? I think the funny thing about it is, as long as I've been doing YouTube, I've done almost all kinds of streams, talked with all kinds of people, and sat at all different tables, having conversation with people. No, ain't nobody gonna ever tell me where I can and can't go. I done. Okay, then hang on. Let me help this dude. Well, it's not talking trash about people. It's just me speaking my point. Why are you so bothered? Pillowcase, strangler. That sound like, I'm not gonna lie, that sound like some pretty pedo stuff, man. A pillowcase strangler. Like, let's say. You got to go check with the BMT. Go check throughout the BMT stuff. We talked about that. Hell, even they said the name of my channel last night. I can't help. Like I said, I'm not going to. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of y'all definitely do the most. You know, I'll tell you what. Go and grab the link, Free Zone. Grab the link if you want to come up here and talk with me so much. I don't see. You know, I'm more than willing to have a conversation. Like I said, I'm living my life. Why do y'all worry so much about stuff that people ain't checking for you? If you out there being the best individual you can be, then why not just worry about getting your shit together? Why be pressed? Even a child understood that. Even a kid understood that. I'm about to go out tonight with a few of my bros. Go have some fun. Go four wheeling. Like, no, yeah, I know they are. I know they are because they, like I said, I've been on YouTube for almost I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. Did pretty good, but I still been out there going ahead and achieving my purpose. showing like donating, showing stuff that we as that. Hey man, like if you need a job in welding, check out this. You want to get into CBD? Check out that. You want to go get into trucking? Go buy a truck. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, you got to go just follow and do what you want to do. Why be so pressed about what goes on YouTube? You know? Oh, no, I'm just saying, but it ain't nothing personal, but everybody, here's the thing funny about the algorithm, right, Lou? When you do that, like, and I know there's a few other content creators, when they start videos and stuff, Mary. Shout out to the man, the builder, the foundation. Shout out to Amiri, one of my old teammates in the Battle Royale debate league. Shout out to Amiri. This brother, god damn it, boy. I'm so proud of watching you when you be building those houses, bro. I'm so proud of
yeah.
you. Bro, it warms my heart to see another builder, another house, another guy who can flip homes.
Yeah.
You doing the damn thing, bro. I can't even get mad at you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That mean a lot coming from you. You know, I hold you in high regard and high esteem because you stand on your square, you don't make excuses, and you take care of your family. So, you know, I have nothing but respect from you. I mean, for you, should I say? So what?
Like I feel so
Yeah.
happy to actually see you come up and see you actually doing it, bro. I was like, yo, bro. When I saw your first video, now here's the funny
Mm.
thing about it, Mary. Why don't more men and other people get in support? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you doing, bro? You're making sense, bro.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. We kind of just the way we've been conditioned, man. I think it's easy to get. We're afraid that the next person might get more than us instead of looking at it as we both come up together. Because I tried to involve the brothers that I was connected to, like in the real world and real life and stuff, and I tried
Right.
to involve them with what I was doing, but they rather not. So
So
I can't let that stop me. I got to keep doing what I got to do. So I just keep pushing forward. And look, real estate is not easy, man. Especially like right now because
hell no, boy. Hell no. It
yeah,
took me
a
a year
lot
to
of
get
the
the house done.
yeah, a lot of the builders and the contractors and stuff like you just got to watch them because they'll try and get over if you let them, or they'll try and overcharge you, or you have these shysters out here who will try and get money and then not do the work. So it can be rough and tumble. It can be a challenge, but if you can stick through it and avoid a lot of those pitfalls, it can be rewarding. And like I said, for me, real estate is not the end goal. It's just the means I'm using. It's the vehicle I'm using to get to where I want to go. It's not my ultimate plan. It's just one part of my plan. So that's what I'm doing, man.
No, no, damn good job. Damn good job. Damn good job. Um,
What
I,
up, fellas?
what's going on, Mike? What's going on, Super Mike? Like y'all don't know how much my heart is speeding up and jumping. Um, you got to give a man his flowers when he's in
Right.
front of you. You got to give a man his
Mm,
flowers when he's in front of you. I feel like not enough men when they actually just say, "I'm just gonna go out there and do it." They don't ever
mm,
hear no praise of, "Yo, bro, I'm watching you. I see what you're doing. Keep going." Like
right.
it's
Yeah.
I rather tell a brother and I rather tell a brother, good job. You got people watching. They may not be saying anything, but they're watching. You living your life.
Mm,
Listen, bro. I ain't speaking on the blessings I see you moving in, but your
right.
grant is a lot of receipts on what you're doing, man. What's going on, J Lock? And again, Mike did a video showing his stuff about his work. Listen, man, I'm
Mm,
one of the brothers who put up the receipts on what them just living their life and just thriving. Like that,
right.
like I don't want y'all to think this is a shot to anybody's video. But this is the reason why I said I'm living my life. What puts why put that much? Who puts that much different that much energy in YouTube? Like, bro, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, is this thing actually like, you know what I'm saying, like getting y'all to the next level? Like, if it is, I ain't mad at you, but I know one thing. If I need some property or some moving, if my daughter needs a home, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to send it to America. If I need an electrician, hey, Mike, what's up, bro? Like, we gotta start getting, we gotta start getting some arsenals under our belt, bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's ultimately that's what it's about, man. You know, ultimately, I know that's like my vision for it. My vision for it is because I want to be in a position where I can give people, my people, black men, even black women, I can give them an opportunity. You know, like one of the things that I do take pride in with you know, going into real estate is I was able to take a couple who never would have imagined that they would able to become homeowners, and I was able to make them homeowners. You know, I bought the property. My first property I paid 15,000 for it. They was asking 24. I was able to get them down to 15.
Nice.
And the total renovation cost was somewhere around 75, and then we were able to sell it for 146,000. So we
you
made
do
it.
investing?
God,
you're more investor or you're an agent?
No, I'm an investor.
He
okay.
can flip the shit out of him. God damn, I'd be so proud of him.
Because what states do you primarily work in?
Well, I'm just in Georgia right now. I am looking at going to, I am looking at going to other states like the Carolinas, Tennessee, because my sister is an agent. She's in Tennessee, so I'm looking at some properties there. Even Alabama, you know.
Yeah, what do you think about Birmingham, like Alabama area?
Yeah, Birmingham. A matter of fact, it's funny you mentioned that because I had an investor.
I fuck with you, Mike.
Huh? No, because I'm about to make some moves. I'm trying to see what's up with this brother here.
This is what my channel is for. That brothers can get up here and say, "Hey, I'm gonna send you my email," and your email goes phone call go into a business transaction.
2164 Yahoo.
Dude, shit. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. That if that ain't what some of y'all trying to do, I don't know what to say. Like, I ain't got no smoke, but I'm just saying, like, and this is not towards, you know what I'm saying, blessed. This is not towards SKC. All I'm saying, and I'm telling the brothers, and I'm telling everybody, I'm like, yo, bro, y'all, like, y'all, I mean, no offense, y'all said my name.
BMT, let me tell you something here. There's some people who done got into these little circles. They done told themselves that black people ain't no good, ain't nobody good doing good. Like you do this content, you show the neighborhood. Like, they make it seem like they make these blanket general statements. Oh, black people ain't this. Oh, the community. You know, they just spend so many hours and hours and hours just belittling black people. And then when they see black people doing decent, they're like, "Oh, we just can't wait till he go crazy. We can't. So that's what they watching. You just, you know, leveling up. Everybody's leveling up. Ain't nobody going crazy because these people. And then, you know, maybe that rubs some people the wrong way. I don't know. They like,
yeah.
damn,
Well, let me
when you go crazy.
Let me ask BMT. So what happened? I saw the screenshot. I think you had your thumbnail with you was on SKC panel or something like that.
I wasn't on the panel. I just, you know, I go to everybody. Sometimes I just sit in the cloud. Sometimes I just watch.
Right.
I don't have nothing to get. Like, I want y'all to think. First of all, I respect SKC. He's a brother raising his family. He has a job. I don't have no smoke for no man doing honorable things and doing what he's supposed to be doing. So if y'all think we can get SKT, y'all can stop the shit. But I never got no smoke. Like, there's not enough of us men that are raising our families and actually thriving. So I give praise to Mike, Mary, and SKC. So I don't got no smoke at none of these men that are doing things in their life. I don't got no smoke for this. So y'all think that's what BT about? Y'all done missed the ball. Because I done did how many times? And you can ask these two. They were here when I did the first Black Man Family panel. These brothers were ain't I ain't see nobody trying to run up on those panels like that. So y'all kind of got me backwards if y'all think that I got any bitch wrong. Like, so we're never gonna beef, but I don't believe in doing all that beef dumb shit. But the thing about it I'm saying is that rather than all like, you know, some people put a lot of energy into shit, you know, like I was like some of the people in the chat, I usually say, hey, why put that much energy into that? Go out there and live your best life. Just go thrive and go make shit work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch me from my damn tenants done tore up, renovation, showing y'all compounds that I and my family done built. Nigga, I got too much shit to worry about right now than worry about right now. All the schools are getting shut down for this goddamn storm. I'm not worried about no YouTube shit, bro. If anything, I'm getting dressed for goddamn 4-wheeler. So y'all got me fucked up. Y'all think I think this much about YouTube. I don't even watch all y'all videos. I could probably sit there for like 1 hour. Other than that, I probably just go off if I do listen. But what's going on, everybody? Free Zone, I know you had a lot of questions. What's up, bro?
Nah, you had a lot of comments mixed up, bro. I was just asking about where your video game channel was. That's what I was asking about.
You know what? That's why
I didn't have the link to it. Yeah, that's all I was asking, because you remember a while ago we were talking about it when I was, you know what I'm saying, I was talking about what I was doing and you were talking about, you know, you doing a video game thing with your son, and I was like, oh, that shit is dope. But at that time it hadn't came out yet, so that's why that's what I was asking about.
So I'll help you with that. So I remember, and so believe it or not, you guys, I actually had started a video game channel a few years ago. What happened was people from the same space, right, started coming to my channel and bringing all the fuck shit from the other channels and all the other stuff into my gaming, comic, and anime channel. So they brought all the goddamn shit I wanted to get away from. They brought all that stuff in there. I'm like, yo, bro, like, how do y'all bring this to a neutral space and y'all start attacking my goddamn people in my chat? Like, what the fuck, bro? You see a girl?
They're gonna bring that bullshit in the thing. Like, you gotta keep stuff separate. Yeah, you gotta keep certain things separate.
And then just randomly start yelling. A woman get on there. Hey, can I post you? Oh my God, you let that woman on, or it'd be another dude that like y'all just attack every damn. I can't tell y'all niggas.
I got you. I got you.
You gotta keep some of that stuff separate.
Some people got some
nigga, you had me confused, bro. Yeah, bro, because that's why I had to come on here, because you had me confused. Like, you had smoke for me, and I was just like, yo, like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. We were talking about your video game channel, and I had an invested interest in that when we were talking. So that's why I was like, yo, let me see that. You feel me?
No, that's the battle channel.
Right, like
this is the battle tested channel here. So,
like, I think the thing about it is, and I've for a long time, this channel has been a median for everybody to come to. Nobody can ever take that from me, that this channel has been a beacon where a lot of people can come to talk, whether they from different diversities. And a lot of people have gotten their starting point. Shout out to David Monroe. Shout out to a lot of brothers, a lot of people that y'all rock with. They started out on my channel and then went on to other channels. And so I support a lot of people. And I said, never forget, you can always come back here and sit at the table. You know what I'm saying? We can have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? I like showing other black men me with my children, so that way they can see the image. I like showing black men and other men, you know what I'm saying? But I just did a show earlier where I told, like, yo, y'all don't have y'all kids begging to be around y'all. That's not cool, man. Just because you don't like that woman, you still be around your kid. Now, some people thought I was attacking black men. I don't know how y'all took it like that. When literally, I was just telling y'all as a father to other men, like, yo, bro, fight to be with your kid. You should never let nobody come between you or your child. But some people are like, oh, man, BMT, you caping for women. No, dude, that's not what. I'm fighting for y'all to go be men, to be around y'all children. Like, how did y'all miss the translation? Like, get off of YouTube and go get your child, man. Watch what y'all say. Watch what y'all say online. But that same shit you say online can be played in that goddamn court and be turned against you.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't me. That's actually me looking out for y'all best interest many of my guys that work for me, they will literally tell you, well, I ain't gonna put them on here, but some of them, they watch some shit y'all say. Some of them will tell you, hey man, my man, he be looking out for us. Hey man, I need it. I'm not getting enough hours. I gotta pay child support, and also I don't got enough money to do for my kid. Hey bro, I'll give you an advance. And I'll help them brothers, so that way they can do that. And that's not me doing no kind of kumbaya shit. That just me understands that it's hard enough as it is, bro. These men already, I already pushed one boy. He's 19 years old. I'm pushing him to go get his welding. If I knew, I wish I could have sent his ass out to a Mary. I wish I could just send him out to a Mary. You know what I mean? We don't got enough fucking welders, electricians, goddamn skilled workers. And shout out to Mary. If Mary be hiring people who are non-black. So I like y'all make it like the thing about it is, why put energy into something that's just draining versus something that actually you can thrive in, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta put stuff in there. That's why here's the thing about it. I want to ask y'all a question. Why don't y'all see young people coming to y'all channel? If y'all speaking so much of the truth, why ain't the young people rocking with y'all? If y'all the latest telling the truth thing, woke, goddamn, whatever shit y'all think, whatever stuff, why ain't younger brothers coming in these goddamn channels and shit? Because mind you, these brothers, they want to know the truth on how to make the money and get to the next level. Why ain't they coming?
Right.
You gotta ask yourself that question, man. Are y'all dead? Are y'all dead inside, or y'all?
Well, we're gonna blame it on the algorithm. It's probably the algorithm. Yeah.
Nah, bro. I mean, yeah, I give you algorithm. Algorithm. But listen, bro. If y'all believe in y'all shit, take y'all shit to McDonald's and play that shit out loud at McDonald's. See who gonna go play that McDonald's or somewhere. Just to see where that takes y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Mary just said now. I'm willing to bet somebody gonna try to run towards Mary because they know he's a go-to guy.
Right, because I'm about to ask Amiri. Hey, I'm about to ask him something while he on here. Hey, Amiri, I put my question in the back chat. But you know anything about people who do land clearing in Georgia?
Well, yeah, actually, I do. I have some contacts. I have some contacts that I could probably put you in touch with if you need some grading done. Now these aren't. It's not a. That's why in the back chat when you asked me, I said no because you said companies. Like these people I know, they don't necessarily. Not a company.
No, I want the people. I want the brothers. Somebody who know how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like use a bobcat and stuff like that?
Yeah. Somebody who can, run the excavator and do some of the clearing. You know what I'm saying?
I know a guy. I got a couple of architects that I know, and I got some contacts. And if I don't have it, if I don't know the person right offhand, I have some connections with investors that I can reach out to who might know somebody that I can that I can put
got
you in
2
link
acres.
with.
I got 2 acres up there in Gordon County that I need to start work on, and I want to get some prices. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I feel you on that. Gordon County, where that's at?
Yeah, it's about an hour north of Atlanta. So it's right there by Kennesaw.
I used to live in Augusta.
Oh, right there by Kennesaw. That's a good area.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's kind of like it's the east, so it's a little bit more towards the I guess going towards like North and South Carolina and stuff. But yeah, it's decent.
Okay.
Now, Ackworth.
Now, Friezo, do you think I was attacking SKC or something?
No, that was what my comment was. My comment was to what's his name, Pillow, whatever. I was saying that this stream had nothing to do like with SKC because this doesn't even sound like what we were talking about on SKC's panel. Now I was on SKC's panel, so I can only assume that this was like there was something going on in the chat that I'm unaware of because you know what I'm saying. Because when I'm on a panel, I'm not looking at the chat most of the time.
Is that not what I tell y'all to do? Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Don't ever look at the chat. Mind you, I want y'all to understand. Some of the streams I've been doing, SKC has been coming on my panel. So has Trey and BD. So has Freezone, Mike. Mary always know he welcome to pull up anytime he wants, bro. Like he don't even have to ask. Like I allow y'all brothers so much free reign It ain't even funny, bro. You know. But the thing about it is, I'd rather see y'all men in 2022 do something than just talk. I'd rather see y'all go do something with yourself than just talk, man. Right now, I went to the grocery store. It's getting hard to go get fucking groceries. Y'all can keep on worrying about damn shit that don't got shit to do with y'all. Y'all gonna be fucked up in life. I'm telling y'all right now. Groceries ain't no joke. Them shelves ain't filling back up. They really ain't. So y'all might want to start getting y'all game plan what y'all need to do in your life, bro. Y'all might want to go find something. Ain't nobody gonna show no pity patty at that grocery store. And I was on the base. So the base is struggling to get through like that. Nigga, I don't know how it's gonna be for some of y'all, but when they're definitely gonna be coming. Everybody ain't gonna eat a full course meal. So
right.
You know, so I gotta ask y'all, do y'all think that some people do y'all think some people are not realistic about what they need to be doing, or they rather just stay here on the YouTube, metaverse, matrix, whatever shit y'all call it these days? What's the deal?
I think some people just feel they feel so satisfied in their own situation. They're just playing. They just think everything is a game until it maybe it does touch on them personally. Then maybe they kind of get they may think differently. Unfortunately, I think that's just how humans are. It's like sometimes stuff got to touch us personally, and maybe we'll it adjust our thinking. But just people are just playing sometimes. I think a lot of guys on this YouTube thing just be playing.
It depends, man, because you have some people like, you like you said, it's avatars up here, man. Like you don't really know what a person is doing behind the scenes. Like today was an off day for me for work, so I was actually trading all day. So while I'm on the stream, I'm still making bread, but it's just an at home thing. You know what I'm saying? Other people, they're losers behind the scenes. Other people might be, you know what I'm saying? Like other people might have some type of business and they're working while they're on YouTube kind of thing. So this is like their outlet, their source of entertainment. You just never really know. You just got to fill them out. But I don't, at the same time, like I don't really concern myself. And also I don't put that type of energy out there that make you want to have to come find a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like, even though I might disagree with Super Mike, I'm not gonna be. It's not gonna be bitch ass nigga, bitch ass, pull up. It's never any of that. So like and we're smart enough to have the discernment of, okay, there might be topics we disagree on, and we'll disagree over there. But there's also like neutral ground, like what we're doing right here, where like this shit there's nothing personal about this shit. Sometimes it's comedy, sometimes it's education, sometimes it's just pure interest. But when I turn off my like there's not a single person who has me seething when I get off YouTube, like, God, this motherfucker, like nobody makes me feel that way, man. Even if I disagree with you, I'm one of those types. Like me and BMT will argue all day. You ain't shit, piece of shit, this, that, and the other thing. Nigga, fuck you, Nick, fuck you. And then after that, we'll go, hey, man, you wanna go get something to eat? Like, you wanna go get something to eat? Let's get a bottle, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious to me. And other people don't move that way.
You got you got a bunch of people on here, man. They're looking for YouTube and social media is their poverty escape plan. You know, they're hoping they can have the Kevin Samuels model to success, but that's a one-off. The majority of them ain't gonna reach that. The overwhelming majority not gonna reach that level. But that's like you don't have people on here streaming 3-4 times a day every day just for the hell of it. They living from stream to stream, and from donation and donation and the Patreons and the super chats. You know, so you have that. A lot of people are looking to turn this into a career, and this is why I have a problem with, because I saw SKC title, and this is why I have a problem with these brothers talking about a community that they feel no social responsibility to. But if it were not for that community, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. They wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Like the guys who want to, go mess with women from other places and stuff like that, as if those women from those other cultures don't come with issues, because every society, every culture has the ghetto. They have ratchets. They have they have Pookie and Ray Rays, but you're not talking about your Asian wife. You're not talking about the derelicts of their community, but you'll sit on Facebook and YouTube, well, not Facebook, but on YouTube all day talking about black people in the community, extracting value out of it, but not putting anything back. And then have the nerve, the unmitigated gall to talk about morality. Get out of
Right.
here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And the thing is, though, I'm a firm believer, and I think that's one of the reasons why me and BMT is friends. I'm a firm believer in, especially as black people, we really gotta learn how to disagree. Like I seriously, like I'm agreeing 100% with what Amiri just said, and that's the issue that I do have with a lot of the talking points. You know, folks like SKC and maybe David or something like that would have, but I always there's just it goes to that point, and I'm not like seriously angry with them, you know, in a way. I don't let that disagreement take me too far to where like this person now is I put them in a different category than human. And that's the thing that I think that's important because you know, I know it's real hard for us because we come from a culture where we got to force everybody to do something. You know, if somebody wants you to do something and they have the power over you, they would force you. But I think that we need to understand, like, we actually literally have to convince each other if we believe what we're saying. If we truly believe our way is better or more efficient, if we can't convince that individual, we will have to show and prove to the folks around that individual or somebody. We will have to show and prove that our way is the best and more efficient and outperform that group. That's how you win. That's how I believe we win because we should have disagreements that's going to keep up the energy levels, but it's a certain way, it's a certain methodology of disagreement where it's just going to be, and I think that's a good thing about some of the conversations that we have, and I think we should keep it there because it's an example. We don't let those disagreements get to the point where we like actually start actually hating each other and stuff, and that's where I think it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel it. I mean, but a lot of it does come from, like, I don't have an issue with anything SKC says. I'm gonna be real with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is, you go on these streams and you'll go on a panel, right? And you'll say, you know, okay, so what's the solution? And you'll throw out a solution that it's a solution that everybody else is doing. Like, for example, let's say nuclear family. A lot of these panels, just throwing out the nuclear family and getting your nuclear family back together again causes a lot of issues. And if you have a group of people that aren't willing to address that issue, and it's like, okay, what else can we do? Then it's like, do you really want the solution? Do you really want a solution?
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. How do we it was something I wanted to ask you about the nuclear family. Okay, that's what I wanted. Why do you think that we have this thing where we don't seem to want to have do the nuclear family thing? What do you think is causing that?
That's a good. I don't know. That's okay. The question that gets. Why do you think?
Well, it's economic. Ultimately, it's an economic thing. It's funny because I'm going to be doing my own show sometime. I think Saturday, and it's going to be called "There's No Such Thing as Submissive Breadwinners." And so, like I was just looking at the stats. 40% of households in America have women as the breadwinners, as the sole providers and the breadwinners. And so it's becoming a larger American issue. It's no longer something that's just relegated to black people, but a lot of what's causing that is the economics, the macroeconomics of American society. You know, a lot of the jobs that men could traditionally get to provide for a family, those jobs have been outsourced and they're not coming back because of globalization. You have I see that time period that we reference a lot. That was the industrial age, and that was the golden age of capitalism. But now what you have going on is in these third world countries and other developing parts of the world, they're going through their industrial revolution and they're going through their age of capitalism. You see, and so a lot of the jobs, companies, they're not bound by national interests. They follow the capital. They're about making money. So these corporations have outsourced a lot of these jobs. It's no coincidence that when you call AT&T or when you call a T-Mobile or something or Verizon, because you try to talk to a customer service rep, there's somebody talking to you from New Delhi, some damn where you can barely understand what they're saying.
Exactly.
You know what
It's
I'm
so
saying?
funny. It's so funny. I
Mm-hmm.
was in the industry in the because I used to be a bill collector, and
Mm-hmm.
it was so funny when they started bringing in the the Indians,
Right.
little managers from India to
Mm-hmm.
train for us to train them on how to damn do what we do so we can leave. Which I
Right.
was leaving the industry anyway. But the thing is, it was funny. Like the prizes they would get, like we had to when we reach our goals and we sell or we do what we do, like meet
Mm-hmm.
our financial objectives and do it professionally and check off
Mm-hmm.
all the boxes. Then we get what's called a bonus, and it's financial. It's
Right.
$2,500, 33,000 a month, extra money basically on
Right.
top of our pay. But the incentive that they was giving them people was pens, ink pens, ink
Mm.
pens, bro.
Right.
They
Yeah.
loved they loved it. A damn
Yep.
cake,
Mm-hmm. So
a
so
cake, love stuff like that, right? So it was just
yeah.
interesting, man. Yeah,
But
but
but but ultimately, that's what we're looking at. And then we got to look at the real world value of money. So you have the nominal value of money, then you have the real world value of money. So it's just like when you go to get gas. You're looking at, okay, you could be like, well, give me $20 worth of gas, but because the gas is $3 a gallon, you're not really getting $20 worth of gas. You see what I'm saying? So you have the real world value of money and the nominal value of money. And so for a lot of men have been displaced as head of heads of the households. And when that's the reality, I don't care what happens, a woman is not going to respect the man that she has to take care of. It's just not going to happen. That's just the reality. And I know brothers don't want to hear that, but that's just what it is. So the first criteria of being a husband is being the breadwinner. And so right there off the bat, automatically you have a lot of brothers who just don't live up to that criteria. And so it just goes downhill from there. And then you do have women who take on a lot of this feminist messaging, especially sisters. They believe they're strong and they're independent, which is a misnomer because your ass is not strong, nor are you independent. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the men who make the society run, do those dirty jobs that may not pay a lot of money, but it makes the society run. So sis, you didn't. Last time I checked, I didn't see your ass out there building no goddamn bridge and making sure that bridge was stable and wasn't gonna fall down while you was on your way to work. So you ain't strong and you ain't independent, but they'll buy into that. So it plays out like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's ultimately everything that we're looking at when we're having these discussions. They ain't got nothing to do with masculinity. It ain't got nothing to do with femininity. It's economics. That's what it is. Economics. The nuclear family came into fruition because of the industrial revolution. That's what it.
but you
That's what.
see something though, and
Yeah.
Mary,
Mm,
listen, what you said is not fun to some of these
mm,
people. They
right.
don't laugh off of that because it forces people to actually literally get on the ball to now you got to think of the next step, which is actually solving the actual problems. And
Right.
as because you done gave the answer, it's just too easy. You just done said it. So
Mm,
we're gonna ignore that, and we're just gonna say, no, you know what? I think it's because these women are too masculine. That's what it is.
right.
Let's laugh
Yeah.
about that for an hour.
Yeah, that's even why. And once I saw like what it is, because I'm concerned about it because I have 3 sons and 3 daughters, and so just seeing where everything is with the economy and stuff, that's what really made me start, my business with the real estate because I don't want my children, especially my sons, to be in that position. So everything I'm doing, and I should have been did it. So everything I'm doing right now is in an effort to avert them from having to go through that once they once they become, fully matured adult men, and so I can have something to give them, hopefully something to pass on to them or to employ them with, and so we can practice nepotism. See, that's what. See,
Yeah.
when we start having these conversations with brothers, they want to deflect and want to talk about everything else. But as men, we can't even practice nepotism because we don't have any institutions and we don't provide any. We don't even employ. We don't employ our people, so we can't even practice nepotism. So
Yeah.
then we wonder why we can't have the nuclear family. The brothers ain't got they can't make the money because they just don't have the jobs. The jobs aren't there. The jobs have been outsourced. So we have to be realistic, but we don't want to be realistic. It's like you said, brother. They'll ignore everything I'm saying, say I'm simping, and make all these other dumb
Yeah,
references,
that's
and
what
then
I'm
go
saying.
right
You
back to
can't
talking
really
about the same
take them too
stupid shit.
serious after you have a couple conversations and you see that they're smart. They're not dumb. They're not dumb
Right.
people. They
Hmm.
smart. They're smart. They know what you're saying, but it's
Right.
not fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun,
But
and
but
that's
but see,
why
Hmm.
here
that's
comes
why I
the
can do it.
question. Here comes the question, sir. And I believe y'all to be intelligent men. The question becomes, why don't if that's how you feel, why don't you start your own something and start hiring
We
Hmm.
are.
within? Because that's what everybody else
We are.
did.
But that's
We
what
But
are.
no,
that's
no,
what I'm
no.
saying.
But that's exactly. But it's like you can't say that you. How can I say this? What you just laid out,
Mm.
and it's weird because you'll say what you just said about black people not having the options and all this other stuff,
Mm.
but a lot of times when you talk to certain individuals who say that, their life actually reflects something very different, which causes a
Mm.
cognitive dissonance in me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So like if you're in a situation where you're talking about black people don't have options and black people are in survival mode and all this other stuff, and then I
Mm.
talk to you and I find out that you used to live in the hood, but now you don't live anywhere near the community, the
Mm.
hood or any of that stuff. You live near
Right.
white folks and all this stuff. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's
Why
like
not?
Yeah.
Why not? Wait, right
because
there. Yeah, why not? Because the thing is, the only reason why I don't understand what you said is because if somebody is developing themselves, but they're still doing their job, which is creating ladders and creating systems. See, the educated person, once they become or they level themselves up and they educate themselves, okay, now if they're creating a certain amount of value for themselves and they're showing the value, if they do live in a what's called some of these things is called a hood or a very dangerous neighborhood, they're within their right to move to a place where they have more developing people around them. I prefer a place where there's progressive black folks around, but they're within their right to move according to their income level, but at the same time, they don't go back and denigrate where they came from. They go back and start trying to develop systems that improve where they came from, or at least improve or create ways for people to make the same moves that they made. You see what I'm saying? Or create moves for their
hmm
families to create value. That's
now don't get
just
it.
because.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
that they can't move. I'm not saying that they can't do any of that. But
yeah. I mean,
oftentimes when I hear these folks that move talk like this, they leave choice and agency completely out of the equation, which is what they did to get to where they were. That's what I'm saying. It seems like a contradiction in statements where you say, for example, like you paint this picture like we're in survival mode, but you're living this life that is relatively good, relatively peaceful, relatively quiet, away from the hood, and you're still taking that whole kind of victim mentality with you.
Well, brother, let me ask you a
Like you're
question,
not
man.
you're not adjusting. So basically you're moving in a way that lets you know that you have choice, you have options, you can work hard and make
Yeah,
it and make it do
but
what you want to do. But
right,
but
but let me.
but you're selling the opposite thing instead of just telling people what you did to get to where you are. That's why I can respect an Amiri because he comes on here, he's talking about real estate, he's talking about the decisions that he made. This is no shots to anybody on this panel. But I'm saying I'm giving you the observations of what I see when you hop on these different streams and stuff in regards to, you know, I guess in regards to
but brother,
questions, it's just the
let me
things
ask
that
you
I
a
see.
question. Yeah, let me ask you a question. In our modern time, and I want to have a little space to highlight when you mentioned agency, right? So, in our modern time, who is the greatest quarterback of all time?
What, Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. Now, in the NFL draft, how many quarterbacks and other positions, skilled positions, and players were taken over Tom Brady?
I have no idea.
Tom Brady was taken like in the fifth round. There's a great documentary on the NFL Network called "The Legend That Nobody Wanted."
Mm.
And so this is what happens when you mention the agency. And it's apt that you mentioned agency, because you have to understand that the agency that you're talking about me exercising doesn't come from me, it comes from the state. That's why it's called free agency, or you're a free agent. See, me and you aren't free agents, because we're
What are
not
you
in the
talking about?
NFL. I'm about to tell you. We're not in the NFL. Free, like if you're an agent, you're not an agent. The agency doesn't come from you, it comes from the state or the organization or the group. So the agency, like you can't exercise agency to, and this is something that conservatives talk about all the time when they talk about how um, government regulation stifles business. So, for
Mary,
example,
let me just make sure I understand your point. So, are
mm,
you saying that we're not agencies because we're not members of that particular institution?
exactly. So like,
Okay,
you
so
see what
we
I'm
have to
saying?
have, yeah, we have to have an institution that we are a member of to be
To
qualified
exercise
to
the
go.
agency he's talking about.
Okay,
See
I
what I'm
got
saying?
you. I got you.
So
Okay.
like he mentioned me being in real estate. But if there wasn't a real estate market, I couldn't exercise agency to do real estate if the market doesn't exist first. So the agency that I'm exercising to go into real estate isn't coming from me, it's coming from the market, or it's coming from the institution that's creating the market. Agency does not come from us. Agency comes from the larger thing, the bureaucracy, the government, the larger societal institutions that make these markets and these opportunities available. It's a reason why you have first world nations and third world nations. If we didn't have any of this infrastructure, running water, lights, all these different things, you think I could be doing what I'm doing? So what I mean when I'm saying that, brother, and this is why I mentioned Tom Brady, because it's a competition. It's a competition. And you have all these other things in place where people who we think might not be nothing, we'll just cast them off to the side, and they'll go with somebody else because they're thinking they're the better candidate. And this is why I mentioned Tom Brady. Tom Brady was picked like in the last round. They took all kind of people over Tom Brady, but the man got what seven? I can't. What, 7 Super Bowl rings? He's the greatest football player of all time, greatest quarterback of all time. But the reason why he's able to do what he had to, like, go the way he went, they took all these other people before him. So it's a competition because there are limited slots. So what I'm saying is, think of how other many Tom Brady's that got skipped over and never got a chance to get an opportunity in the NFL like Tom Brady. The only reason why Tom Brady became the quarterback that he is because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. He was a backup. So we have to be able to understand the nuances and the caveats. So think of
Yeah.
how many other Tom Brady's that may have been, but they didn't get picked. So you can't be the greatest Super Bowl. You can't be the greatest quarterback of all time if you ain't in the Super Bowl. I mean, if you're not
What
in
I
the NFL. So you see what I'm
what I
saying?
do.
And that's how it is with life.
I got what you're saying with your
No.
example, but I'm having trouble trying to tie it together because if you weren't getting picked, for example, like yes, if that's true. If you weren't part of if you weren't doing realist, if there weren't houses and all that stuff, you wouldn't be where you are. However,
Right.
you could be the one that gets that needle moving, pushes it forward, or
Mm-hmm.
you could be in a different area of something that's actually happening. Like there's not really too much that you can't do in this country. I don't understand. Like I understand your example, but
Mm-hmm.
saying that comparing the NFL to the United States of America, there has to be more steps involved in that. And you use Tom Brady, which is the outlier. I understand the story, but like there's not, if there weren't real estate that you could invest in, there's other things that you could have done. Like I don't think that there's anything that you could not have done.
Mm-hmm.
You would just have to work hard to make it happen.
Now this is what I'm saying though. Like, and that's why I mentioned, because like when those quarterbacks and all of those guys are doing the NFL Combine, that's a job interview. So what I'm saying is, think of how many at any given job there are only a certain amount of the slots. So for example, I can't exercise agency to get a job if the job I'm going to, if they not hiring. I can't just go there and start working and exercise my agency and go there and start working. They got to be hiring.
No. But my point is, you could be the one that creates the job that allows people to come up to you and say, "Hey, you hiring?" That's my point.
Yeah. Now, what does it take? But that's what I'm saying. What does it take to get to that point? It takes money. It takes capital. That's why it's called capitalism. So if we don't have, if I don't have the capital, and I don't have access to the capital, and I don't have access to the funding, then how I'm gonna do it? And that's what I'm saying. The capital and the funding is not coming from. It's not like I'm just making it out of thin air. I got to be able to either go to a bank, go to a private lender, or petition the SBA or the government for a loan.
That's not true, sir.
It's not. Okay.
You have to do something that creates. You have to do something that people value, so that they pay you for your value. Because even if you go to the bank, you have to offer some type of collateral for that value that you have. That's what I'm saying. Like, in order, if you were to start with nothing, you would have to offer somebody something that they value in exchange to, whatever, shine their shoes for some money or whatever. Let's say you take that, you do it. I'm just pulling an example out the air, okay? Shine shoes. They pay you the money, and you save that money. Eventually, you get a big enough pot to where you decide you want to do, let's say, like an Asian person would own a store or something. They own a storefront. Then they bring in their whole family. Their whole family runs the storefront. They labor day in, day out, probably, possibly being in the negative for a long time until eventually they get into the positives. Then they take that money, get a loan, start, you know what I'm saying? And that's how that works. So let me just sit there and be like, just to sit there and be like, I ain't got the money. I don't have the capital. I can't do anything. It's like, no, you can offer somebody something of value.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think most businesses fail within the 1 to 2 years? Why do most businesses fail between 1 to 2 years?
Well, that could be a number of reasons. They could not have money. They could not
That's
have
the prime reason. Well, no, the prime reason is most businesses fail within the first 2 years because they don't have money, because they don't have the funding. Because and this is just the basic economic principle. Close my door. Close it. And this is I'll tell her come get you. But anyway, the basic economic principle is you can't have profit without loss, meaning it takes money to make money. That's just basic business. You can't have profit without loss. So you're going to have some type of funding to be able to get that business off the ground. That's why they have an entire sector of.
Let me ask you this. So you can't have profit without loss, but some companies don't pay taxes. Well, that's interesting.
But you know what they use. But that's what they use. But that's what they use to not pay the taxes. They use their loss. Like you're going to have to do a profit and loss statement, and that's
what I'm saying. If you get it back, well, I don't know. It's just
Well,
interesting. But
it's not about necessarily getting it back. It's about getting your tax liability reduced, because if even if you have like, for example, I'm gonna be transparent right quick. This is my first year in business, and I made honestly, within this first year I made $560,000. Now people hear that and it's a big number, but you got to take into account
how much you
the
spent?
cost. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You got to take into account the cost
I
of,
get you.
and
I get
this is a
you.
startup. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
I have to pay my independent contractors. I have to pay my project manager. I have to the gas money I spent traveling between different projects and stuff like that. Material costs, especially right now because of inflation, the material costs are sky high. You see what I'm saying? So
Let me say
that
something to
number
Free Zone.
sounds like a big number, but you have your expenses, your business
No,
expenses.
no, no. I get you. I get you. Let me say something
Mhm.
to Free Zone though. No,
Okay.
I literally I agree with a lot of stuff y'all talk about Free Zone, because that's how I know y'all not dumb. So I know y'all smart. Y'all pretty damn gone smart. But the thing is, y'all actually, the only criticism that I really have with much of the spirit from some of the conversations that, because I listen to y'all, I listen to David, and I mean y'all have some good content. So I ain't gonna lie, I'll be listening to you. But some of the spirit that it's not, y'all not really trying to let have people actually listen to you, so they could actually develop. And then if they did listen to you, they would become just as cynical as yourself and kind of cut off like the it like you're not producing assets to the community. You're like producing brain drain of the community. And that's a big problem with, actually that is part of the biggest problem with many, in not just the African American community, that's actually global, because you got brain drains in Africa, Caribbean islands. They run away, and they don't care anything about where they came from, a lot of them. And so
But they're
that's the
not.
criticism that I have. That's just the criticism,
But
because you're
I
saying the
got you.
stuff
I
you're
got
saying.
you.
Hold on. The stuff you're saying, you're right. People have agency. Sometimes people do need tough love. So I don't even have a problem with some of the sometimes when y'all laugh at some people, some stuff, I don't necessarily have that much of a problem with some of it, because some of it is ratchet behavior. But it's like, you're never going to win these people over. You're not even trying. It's like you're reveling in their despair, and that kind of gives you some kind of kick.
Hmm.
And that's kind of weird. So that's the only problem
No,
I have.
it's just funny. I
Yeah,
got you.
but it's
It's just
like
funny, man.
it's not productive. It's like a video game. You can have fun playing a video game. This is life. This is real life, and this is actually the health of the nation, because when you allowing an entire community to just go to crap, these are American citizens. You know what I'm saying? And you're just laughing because the community is going to crap, and really, uh, even though we're all small people, but our voices have impact, and it inspires people. It's not something that's really an asset, I think. And that's the only main criticism that I have for some of the stuff, the spirit and what y'all talk. But yeah, I mean everybody has a choice. But
I would say this. Um, I am not obligated to help the black community.
yeah, and see that's the problem.
I'm not obligated.
Yeah,
Hold on, real quick. My
yeah,
community is my
yeah,
family and those of like mind like me. I am not
yeah. See,
obligated to help people just because they have the same skin tone as me.
you see
Now,
that?
if somebody has
Yeah,
a like
that's the
mind,
problem.
that's not
No.
a problem. That's
Well, it
not a
is,
problem
because that's not
because
the
you'll
American
spin
way.
your
That's
wheels.
not the
Hold on,
American
bro.
way. Hmm.
That's not true. What you mean?
It's not the American way, because every community has an obligation to itself in America. I mean, if you look at every other successful community, they don't operate with that mindset. I'm just that's just being real. They have a loyalty to their community. Bottom line.
It's the spirit of individualism that causes social decline. And that's not me saying that. This is Emil Durkheim, the sociologist, and this is something that social scientists look at. The spirit of individualism is what causes social decline because it degrades the morals and the values.
Here's the problem that you're having though.
Okay.
What makes a community is, let's say we're a community. That means that we have values and we have rules, codes of conduct, things that bind us together that allow us to community. There's values there. What are the values of the Black community that bind them together?
It's what you make them, because you are supposed to be one of the leaders of that community.
That's not an answer, bro.
Education later.
That is not an answer.
That is an answer, because the authorities of a community are its leaders. That's the authority. You're supposed to be the authority. So it's like you live at this house and you're asking me about what is my house, why is my house dirty? And I don't even live there. I'm like, damn, bro, you don't know? You came from that house. That's what you're doing. You don't see that. And that's the problem with the community, because that's why I call it a brain drain. That's why I said this is a problem not only in America, this is a problem all over the Black world, because as soon as you get you're trained, you're programmed, and you can't even see it. You're programmed to devalue yourself. As soon as you get some valuable education or you have a little bit of a spunk or spark or something or organizing ability, you want to take that and you want to just be selfish, which is fine because you're supposed to produce value for yourself, number one. But at the same time, that's what I was talking about earlier when you said there are some people who produce value for themselves, but then they move out of the community, but they're still advocating for that community. And you were confused by that. And that's what I was trying to tell you, that is the natural ways people are supposed to do. You don't keep your self in a seriously harmful situation. But if let's say if you're a billionaire, $6 billion man, what's his name, Robert Smith, I don't expect Robert Smith to live next to me. I don't expect Robert Smith to live next to me. I don't expect LeBron James to live next to me. But just because they're rich and they buy them 4,000 acres of farmland or do something like that, do I expect them to go out there and start laughing and crapping on the community that produced them? No. This is the issue that I'm saying. There is an obligation there. There's a history there. People suffered and died to make this world better, to make this country better, but also to make this community better. And it is a low morale. It's not a good moral code to incentivize folks to get educated, to develop themselves, and literally feel they have zero commitment or zero obligation to pour back value into the community that they come from. That is not something that is American. That's called traitorism.
I said, if it were not for this community, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. None of them.
Well, yeah, but they can't see it because they're basically, it's almost like an echo chamber, and I mean that's cool.
It is an echo chamber.
Yeah, so they really believe it, but but you can see the product. The educated people are supposed to be that your grandmama. Everybody sends the people to college. Why? Why do they bust their butt and mortgage their homes to send their kids to college so the kid can go off and just put mama in a home or just forget about their family? That's what they're doing that for?
Well, no. Hold on. Because you're conflating two things.
This is the family.
It's not the same, bro. It's not this. No, you're conflating the family to the whole community, bro. That's not the same thing.
It is the same.
That is not the same thing, bro.
It's the same thing. Time out.
This is the problem. No. Let me use your example.
Go ahead.
My grandma.
No, go ahead.
You said your
Where's
grandma.
Your grandma come from? Where's she come from?
No. My grandma. personally, I'm
Yeah,
using your example, bro. This has nothing to do with. I'm using the example that you gave.
yeah,
If
go
my
ahead.
grandma busted her ass and
Mhm.
put me to sell damn near sell her soul to put me through school just so that I could become successful, then yeah, I have an
Mhm.
obligation to my grandma.
Okay,
That doesn't mean I have an obligation to the entire community, especially
hold on.
if you come out of a bullshit community
Where did
that
the
that
grandma
that
come
didn't
from?
what do you mean?
Where does the grandma come from? Who fed the grandma? Who who educated the grandma? Who made sure that she had an obligation to her children? It is the people in the community. As a family grows, as you get cousins, as you get brothers and sisters, they become the community. That's what everybody is. It's an extension of the family. It's the next level. It's yourself. You take care of yourself first, personally. Then you take care of your immediate family, personally. Then you want to try to bring value to your greater family, and then that's also your friends and your associates in your community. That's how it goes. And then your nation. That's how it goes. That's your obligation little tier system. That's a healthy one.
So and see, I can't identify with that. So because let's say we go up together. I make all the right
Hmm.
decisions with my life and you don't. I have an obligation to come rectify your wrong decisions because I made the right
Now you're
ones.
taking it too far. You're taking it too
No,
far. You're bringing value to
but
the community. This is what you're doing. Let's say you made all the right decisions, right? You grew up, you made the right decisions, and you took care of your personal self, you took care of your family. You're good. You're actually producing, overproducing. What you should do is for those people who are out there, maybe they didn't have good parents. You should create a lane for them so that they have more options to make the right decisions to walk that lane. That's your obligation to the community. It's not you're trying to fix somebody who just is insanely trying to make the wrong decisions. No, no, I'm not. That's why I said we gotta have like authentic arguments. Like I'm not telling people to that they have the obligation to fix people who definitely just want to do the wrong things or something like that. No, that's crazy.
but a lot of the people that we're talking about, at least for over there, in regards to like SKC's panel and stuff, are exactly those people, and they should be shamed
Well,
and
you
be
just
made
said
fun
you
of,
you you
and
just
they should be
you
laughed at.
yourself you yourself just came here and said I have no obligation, and you believe that. I know you do. I have no obligation
Absolutely.
to help the black community. I know you believe it, and you're going to double down on it, but you think that's healthy, and it's not. No other successful group of people does that. You're isolating yourself, and you're just as I feel like that is probably level two
So
of the part of
so
dysfunction. You're right next to the drug dealer to me, because it's like
so
it's,
what
mhm.
what other group of people do that? I need to know. What
No
other
other
group of
group
people
of
do that?
people say
No,
every
no, no,
name
no,
one,
no, no.
name one, name
What?
one, name one. Just random white people. Let's say British people, Native Americans do it. Mexicans do
No,
this.
they don't.
As soon as
They
yes
do
they do.
not.
As soon as they listen,
They
listen.
do not.
I'll prove it.
You
Let
mean
me
to tell
prove
me
it.
an
Let
Irish
me prove
person?
it.
You mean the Irish person feels obligated to help the rest of his Irish whatever community?
Yeah, they do it. Yes, they do.
Oh my
They're
God! All
proud.
right,
They do it.
I,
And
that's cat, bro.
If they're American, they consider themselves white. As soon as they get money, where do they locate their big businesses? They locate it in their own community. That's where they locate them. That's what they do, man. That's the reason why they have this system set up. Come on, man. It's
Maybe
like
maybe
we have
because maybe
to prove it.
because maybe
Look at a
maybe
Mexican
because
person.
maybe because white communities tend to be safer.
Okay, well, how do they
Make
do that? They make sure that their people have options like jobs. They have the good schools. They make sure, that they have that. And they pour
but
value into their community. They have
no, 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 no,
foundations.
no, no,
That's
no.
what they do.
But they have values as well that reflect their actions. And this is
How do
why I
you
asked
teach
you.
values?
This is hold on. This is why I asked you. What are the values of the black community?
And I
And
told
you
you
can't
it is
say
what the
no.
I can make up some values, but I'm telling you where the values come from. They come from the leadership in the community, and the leadership is supposed to be the
No, 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 no,
educated,
no.
the studied
I
people.
no. I didn't ask you where do they come from. I asked you flat out, point blank, what are they?
Okay, the values are perfect righteousness, freedom, justice, fairness, and
Hold on. Are you saying that
that's
those are
the
your values or the values
no,
of
that's the
the
value. That's
community
the
as a whole?
values of the black. That's the values of the black community. That is the values of the black community. Now what? See, I try to give you a
You,
more accurate answer, but you want to try to, play a game. So I'm just telling you, that's the values of the black
I'm
community.
not playing the
I'm a
game with you,
point to
bro.
I'm a point to Martin Luther King. I'm a point to Martin Luther King. I'm a point to W.E. Du Bois. I'm a point to Minister Farrakhan. I'm a point to so these are the black community. I'm a point to the ministers, good ministers. See, that's the values of the black community. The people who we shun and disrespect are the people who break those values. We don't like hypocrites. We don't like traitors. We don't like
What?
people who hate
Okay,
themselves.
but what would be the percentage? Would, in your humble opinion, what is the percentage of people
100%.
within that community?
100%.
100%.
Yep.
Do you even know what I was going to ask you, sir?
Yeah. I know you're gonna say who espouses those values. Yeah.
No, who
There's a
actively follows those values?
100%. That's what I said. That's what I knew you was gonna say.
To your question, do the Irish people do that? Have you ever heard of the Irish Masonic lodges? That is one example out of many that the Irish people uphold their own people.
These are just basic stuff. It shouldn't even be controversial. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like this is the issue that I have with, some of the, like I said, you're very smart people. I know they're educated. I know that they're probably doing good in business and probably have, financial expertise. These are probably coming from smart families and stuff. But like I said, they have this disconnection with the lineage, and that's a problem. And I already know that that's probably because they haven't been taught the real values of the black community, which comes from learning the values of the history of the black community. Every community values developing itself. So what's the problem with that? It should be very basic. Amiri left. Hey, I hope he emailed me.
I just have
Boom,
trouble
boom.
trying to
Go ahead.
understand the percentage of people in the black community that have the values that you just said.
I think most of them. You got to realize. You tell me everybody who's got what would you say low values or whatever. I mean, the I couldn't just come up with something, but I think that even you got black people even in prison, if they find someone who's maybe, let's say, raped a child or something, they punish them themselves. It's like, just because somebody has a value system, maybe they're not perfect. So I'm not going to say everybody's perfect, but people have values. People want fairness, equality. Black people big on equality. That's probably a problem. We big on fairness. Go ahead.
They are?
Yeah, we are. Black people are very big on fairness. We always trying to vote and trying to we spend our money with everybody. We spend our money with any other group of people can come into our neighborhood, and we don't discriminate against them because we don't like people discriminating against us. We'll spend our money with them. We're not uncomfortable, renting houses and working for other people. And there's a lot of other communities who would not be as comfortable as we are, with gentrification tactics and stuff like that. So, maybe we have some values that are not good, just like you said. But that's the values I think that black people have. You talk to the average black person, you're talking about do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's what they would say that that's a good thing. That's a value.
Right.
So whether they're in jail or not, they probably would say that's a good thing. It's a value. Are they perfect at following those values? Maybe not.
Or you're right.
The people who are supposed to enforce the values and transfer the values are the people who are the most intelligent of the community. And that's why that's why you make yourself, people who are leaders are supposed to be the ones that have the knowledge. And that's your business leaders, your spiritual leaders, your whatever. These are leaderships, entertainment or whatever. Not that it's just one leader, but I'm just saying that's who transfers those type of values. They should, I should say it like that. But those folks feel like they have no obligation to the black community. They just go for the bag. Whoever pays me the most, I'll say whatever. I'll get up there and act on TV, whatever. Whoever pays me to say the dirtiest rap, I'll rap it, whatever. I don't care. That's why you have a confusion in the way, we're being portrayed. I'll say it that way. Because nobody feels obligated. Not many people, I should say, feel obligated.
Feel obligated to what? Represent you guys?
Yeah. For example, James, do you feel obligated to America?
That's a difficult
Look how
question
long
to
it takes.
answer, but no.
No. He lives on China soil, so he's obligated to China, but he has American
Do you feel?
privileges.
But wait. Let's ask him that. Do you feel obligated to China?
I feel obligated to clarify misconceptions and lies, just like you would want to clarify that not all blacks are the way they are being portrayed. Not all blacks live the way the music portrays it, but a lot of it is that way,
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask a different type of question. Hey James, who do you feel obligated to? Period.
I'm obligated right now. I mean, I got my obligations. So I got obligations, my girlfriend, my dogs, personally in my life, that's, take care of your own first, my people, the people I hang out with, the people that I need to protect for certain reasons, their identities, or, just stuff that you don't go public with everything. Here, it's not like I go online.
Not necessarily specific names, but when you say your people, what do you mean by your people?
The people I interact with.
Okay, gotcha.
Now let me ask something. I know that James has conversations with some folks that live here in America. I know.
All of you.
Let's say the white people that you talk to that are gun ho Americans, do they tend to get irritated with you sometimes when you speak freely? I've seen that a couple of times.
Oh yeah, I've had them walk away, but I've also it depends on what topics they're talking about, because they'll just blab on and blab on. It's usually just me that's just will walk off. It's but that's with a lot of things. They're like, oh, you're from America. Oh, you teach English here. Wow, great! What a great achievement you have managed to do. I mean, it's greater than a lot of other people if you made it here and you're teaching English, but it's considered like the lowest, tier of anything. It's like, oh, you made it. Oh, you're working at the Disney English Training Center for young kids between 1 and 3. Great. Yeah, you made it.
Yeah.
So, but I don't. It's very international here, so it's not like you only have Americans. So you get
Okay.
very quickly into like, oh, you're from Russia. Oh, you're from Kazakhstan. Oh, you're from Thailand. Oh, you're, what tier, what kind of foreigner are you here? Are you an A, B, or C category foreigner, which then implies, what class you are. It's just like, are you a maid? Are you a free agent, or are you a governmental CEO or something? I mean, but
Right.
that's,
So you're
you have those things.
so you teach. I think I've only had like one conversation with you before. So you teach people in China how to speak English.
For the protection of my own safety, yes, I do. No, I don't.
Okay. Is it
But
okay? Is it okay? Is it okay if I ask you where you're originally from in the States?
originally, I wasn't born in the States. I didn't go to the States
Okay.
and experience the States as a free person until I was 16. And then it was not by free choice, but by choice made for me by, so it was a fun
So you
time, but it's that time where I grew up really quickly, So it's like, oh, he's such a child. Let's send him to America alone and
So he won't get in
let
trouble
that happen.
out here.
Yeah,
He's getting in
exactly.
trouble out here. Yeah, you must have been
16
doing
to
some wild stuff.
19 here, yeah, dude. Yeah. So anyway, no, it wasn't that rough. It wasn't city shit. Like I wasn't, it was like
Look at Black
in the
the
middle of the woods. Go play with the deer. Here's your gun. Go out and kill some buck. And it's just like, oh god, geez, where's the bar?
Gotcha.
That's honestly because I came over from Germany when I was 16, and I've been drinking beer and smoking cigarettes and smoking weed and all this stuff. I mean, you live right next to Holland. Come on, I could have literally driven an hour there, gone to the red light district, fucked a hoe, gotten some weed, smoked some weed, all legally, and gone back to Germany, flown to America, and all of a sudden you're there, and everybody's like, "No, you got to wait another 5 years until you're 21," and I'm just like, "Freedom? What?" So it's culture shock everywhere you go, especially when you go from a very free society, like it used to be, I mean, we used to be able to smoke when we're 16, drink beer when we're 16, look like we're 18 when we're 14. So, I mean, it's not like they ever asked us. I never was carded ever.
That's a
You come to America.
Germany. That's
yeah,
Germany,
and you come to America, and then it's just like, man, I could get 10 years or $10,000 fine. I could get a 10-year prison sentence and for buying you.
Yeah.
Like, shut the
And
fuck up.
nobody
Go
gonna
buy
risk their life
pack.
to get some beer.
Yeah, but I mean, what are they're risking their lives for? I mean, shit.
They're risking their lives and business to let you drink. Hell no. Get out of here, young man.
Yeah, but it's beer. It's kind of like what do you want? It's a cultural thing because you're literally fed it. It's part of your, Yeah,
But now,
yeah. I mean, what?
So,
Yeah,
but now, let
it's
me
like
ask you-
wine in Italy or France. It
No,
just
okay,
kids
now
are
watch
there.
this. Now hold on, James. And I'm just letting everybody talk.
Yeah.
Let's say I, as a shopkeeper, give you 4 young men beer.
Yeah.
Y'all go get drunk. Y'all
Yeah.
drop a car.
Yeah.
And y'all go fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
Who is accountable for that?
Well, for one, you if it's legal for them to buy alcohol when it's 16, it's not the shop. That is in Germany. If they buy the car, if they steal the car, it depends on what state it was in. Was it running with a motor on, with the keys in the car? Was it basically gifted
Wait
to
a
them?
minute. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Then it depends on how drunk
James,
they
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Then it depends on how drunk
Hold
they
on.
are.
Let me ask James. Wait a minute.
If
You
the
telling
car
me
was
they
insured, there's a
steal
lot of-
cars in Germany? You telling me
Huh?
that Germans steal cars?
What are you talking
That
about?
happens in Germany?
Germans don't
Oh
steal
yeah.
cars. It's the Polish people. They come over, steal cars, sell them
wait,
in
wait, no, that
Poland.
can't be
No, wait.
true. No, that can't be true.
That's a
Are Polish
stereotype.
people white? That's impossible. Cars don't get
No,
stolen
Polish
anywhere but
are,
in the black
Polish
community.
are like the black people. Polish are the white black
No,
people.
no, wait. Only bad things happen in the black community. No other country has this thing happening like
yeah,
stealing.
you're right. I'm sorry. I'm putting a
Yeah,
really
don't
bad
mess us
image on
don't
white
mess us
people
up.
here.
We want to keep
I
our
didn't want to
narrative.
lie.
Yeah, we want to keep our narrative, man. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, don't go to Germany. They steal black people.
Oh shit.
Leave that one alone. Leave that one alone. Well, now the thing about it is this: like, all that I'm telling you guys, I've been busy. I had to take out the trash and do everything else in my life. I usually get up and walk away from the panel and go do other things and just let the panel rock.
Yeah.
So long as they're
Right.
commutable. Hell, I've even gone to work while y'all motherfuckers was talking for hours. So, but the thing about it is, I don't invest too much energy into YouTube. But at the end of the day, I have to go on. If somebody won't do it, somebody has to do it. That's always been the ploy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right now out and about driving. Like, I can't sit still too long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the thing about it. I try to tell people, like, hey, man, like, go find what fits you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. We're in a day and age where everybody's looking for a pastor, a preacher, a savior, a messiah, or an echo chamber, or whatever the hell that people look for online these days, versus just fix your own issue, fix your own problem. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't gonna be up to par to the empire, but at least you fix it. You know what I'm saying? I love watching those shows where they drop some dude off butt naked, and they say, we'll give you one thing, and that's it. Now you gotta survive. You gotta survive.
Ain't that the show Naked and Afraid?
Yeah, I love Naked and Afraid, boy, because I would they just do that to society, because ultimately at some point you can sit your ass there if you want, but your ass, I promise you, by nighttime, there's a reason why they drop you off during the day. But at nighttime, ain't no goddamn nobody coming, bro. That cameraman won't take your ass for shit. He will sit there and that's how you gotta take life. Listen, man, people are always gonna be watching you. But ain't nobody coming to fix your shit. You gotta go fix your own shit. Now they had one dude. After a while, they had to go pick him up, but he literally did almost a month. How long was he out there for? Like 2 months. The man okay, we got to bring you back, bro, because you done just disassociated yourself from reality. You out here full on caveman. But this man done made it agriculture living lifestyle. I was like, wow, this man is ready, boy. Whatever he was waiting for. So you got to start thinking that are y'all? Are we in 2022 where we're gonna just keep talking and talking, or like if y'all ain't gonna do it, then hey, I wish y'all the best. I'm off to go do better things. That's why I said, like, panels, talks, chats don't phase me, because I show y'all what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna protect the community? Negro, I just did a whole show last night talking about gun talk.
Yeah,
the hell you
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? What? Show me your gun. What you shooting? Okay, then if you don't got nothing, listen, I can't. I'm not gonna protect you like a damn. This is not Mario and Princess Peach. I'm not coming to your castle to save you. But now, you got something going for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, like, you got the guns. I can tell you what, I can cook, clean, and I can doggone fix cars. Oh, hey, okay, so you got an acquired skill. Let's band together. You got something, I got something. All right, bro. Let's set up a village. Let's fight off these zombies. I need to know, man. We can start training you, but if we're training you, you're coming into my indoctrinated system. There should be no complaints about what I teach you, because you need to put you on. Now, a lot of people don't like that, because I save the world, but I'm just trying to find those who are like, hey man, if you want to work and network with me, I'll network with you. But that's not going to be on YouTube holistically. If you go out there and post, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all wouldn't fuck with me. If y'all now that y'all see what I do, that's where y'all can say, you know what, God, what y'all trying to say about BC? That dude puts up the score on the board. So I try to hold true to that. I try to hold true to that to say, hey man, men are out here with their kids. Y'all don't question my daughters. Y'all don't question my daughters. Did I ever feed them any answers, Mike?
No.
The
You
same
could tell
women.
they was
Right. I think James saw it, and I think Exile, I think you probably, I'm not sure if you got to see it, or you got to see it, Lou. But my daughters answered everything about respecting men, being honorable, cooking, cleaning, about they also want to be respected. I didn't see that, you know, okay, my name mean I'm proud, I'm a proud snob. Okay, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to be that. I'm like this. We had a rule in the boxing ring. If you're gonna talk your shit, back your shit up. If you want to talk your shit, please make sure.
Yep. Get in that
Just back
ring.
it up. Go ahead, guys. Hang on, I got a call. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I mean that's real. But I mean, you know, we just have our conversations. I believe in talking and doing. So I think everybody is doing something in their life. We don't have to all put it on YouTube, but this is I mean, we got a YouTube little groups. You know, we listen to each other's contents and other people content. You know, it's okay. It's okay for us to mix it up a little bit. That's the reason why I don't take it super serious. You know, I think it's healthy for us to listen and talk. Maybe, I listen to what Free Zone has to say, and I actually listen and see like, okay, where can I agree with him? Because I do agree on a lot of stuff. I think, but the only issue is, like I said, is what I said, and you don't agree with it. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's good for us to talk and stuff. Talking is good. Uh, Free talking, and but as long as if we can do something together, sometimes that's fine. If we can't, just keep talking because everybody's doing something somewhere, unless you're starving.
Super Mike, you on
Mhm.
Discord by any chance?
No, my son's on
No.
there. I don't. I gotta listen. I don't know what that Discord thing is. I,
Well, it's
I actually
basically a
started doing I actually
chat
started doing
channel thing.
I started doing the Twitter Spaces. So
All right.
I do some of those.
No, I
Do
don't.
Twitter
And Twitter
Spaces
Spaces is
sometimes.
something else.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and you
a
know what? I think
Discord's like a group chat where you can do like audio sessions like this with 3, 4, or 20 people if you want, and
Mm.
send text messages and links and short videos and that kind of stuff. I'm just in general because you're talking about where does it go from here, and it might sound Discord and started with like gaming and streaming and all that kind of stuff, but it's
Mhm.
developed into a little bit more than that. And when you're talking about like organizing yourself or having a channel where you can just you know advertise your craft or what you can do and all that kind of stuff, you can moderate
Mhm.
these channels easily in Discord.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah, I might
if
check
you
it out.
say,
I
oh,
mean,
we've
like I
got
said,
our YouTube community, and now, oh, who was that guy? Oh, I can't reach him. I can't find him. Bah, you can just pop into Discord and just be like, yo, what was your, and you could do it in a private chat or in a private channel just for businesses and all kind of stuff. Look into it. I'm not,
yeah, no, my son's got it. My son's got it. I mean, I'd get the
yeah.
Twitch just to see what he does too, but it's like it's too kiddie. Even though it's probably not like you said, but it's just that
Well,
was just my first
he
exposure.
makes it
Yeah, that
kiddie
was just
for
my
the,
exposure to it, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
not. You're right.
I mean, if you create it, because I'm sure you can. There's tons of different like
Hmm.
cryptocurrencies and gaming, obviously, and places where kids want to get information about games. Where's the treasure? Where's the next adventure? But the same way they use that when you like BMT has something he can do, and this can be US wide or statewide or it's you can misuse it for that too. Twitter used to be just like, what's going on, and or Facebook, and now Facebook's become where the
Facebook is
cops
trash
search
now.
for people. Dude,
Bro,
Facebook
Facebook
was
is
cool,
so
and now
trash.
cops run around with their Facebook open looking for people in the area that it's located them, and it's just like, oh, here's a picture of that kid, here's a picture. I mean, it's fucking creepy what you could do with this shit nowadays, so anyway.
Yeah, but I'm not really worried about cops. Just Facebook itself now is just trash, man. I mean, those fact checkers, like they ain't stand up. It's like their opinion, but just
It,
because they have all this authority, they can kick you out, ban you and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I hate Facebook now.
Well, yeah,
I would,
because
I would say
they're
if you,
paid for to create that.
yeah, they're paid to. I mean, they're basically paid to push an incentive or a narrative. And when it was interesting once the whole fact check feature came about. I don't know when it actually started. I think it started at the beginning of the pandemic. I think it might have even been before that.
I think it was like the middle of it.
Oh, way before that.
Okay.
You used to have
Before
like
that?
image checks. Image checks. You could take any image. You could throw it through Tiny Eye, see if the image has been used anywhere on the internet before. That's how you can get like images that have been reused from newspapers and that kind of stuff. When they take a war image from 10 years ago, or like the starving kids from 10 years ago, and show the same starving kids now. You can back search the internet or the YouTube archive files, stuff like that. It's been around. This being able to check the internet for other.
Well, I mean, the way that they have the reporters though, who literally like flag your content.
They're just like, oh, we checked
you
it,
out
we
and
didn't
stuff,
see anything. Yeah.
Well, when they say fact check, like if you just say, let's say I don't know, you just show a picture of something that you think of, I don't know, I forgot. This is something like Jesus. Maybe they don't agree with your little picture of Jesus. They'd be like, fact check. No, this is false information. This is like,
Black Jesus?
damn.
No, never existed. He was white.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
ban your account on Twitter, ban your YouTube, ban everything you talk about.
We're restricting your account. Like, what?
Yeah.
Damn. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the one that pops out like a
Martin Luther King got banned off of Twitter,
What?
So, boom, gone.
Oh, wow.
It was. No, I'm just saying. It's.
No,
I know the one that sticks out. I know the one that sticks out to me is, y'all remember that video of that lady nurse getting that COVID shot and then she passed out?
Yeah, and she fell out. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as they posted that, I think within like the hour they had that. That's when I first saw like the fact check thing, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the beginning. That was early.
But
that wasn't the beginning. Yeah, you're right. That fact check thing. Like,
yeah, she got lightheaded and said, "Oh, the knees buckled and everything."
And you can't say nothing
what were
about
they saying? That she died?
People go criticize it. Yeah, some people said she died. Some people said it must have been the vaccine or whatever. Well, I shouldn't have said that, but some people said, they said all kinds of stuff. And if Facebook didn't like it, then they would take it off.
Yeah, but when you click the fact check thing, they were saying that reaction had no connection to the jab. That's what they were saying in the fact check. And it was like, all right, cool. We know this ain't real. Yeah, we know this ain't real.
Yeah. We sent our eyewitnesses there, and they were there, and they saw it all, and yep.
Pure coincidence, but and that's when Facebook kind of, they pretty much just lost all credibility. They lost it before that, but the pandemic is really exposing the whole, what everybody already knew, the fake news and all that.
Right. My thing is, if they would have kept it restricted to just the little medical stuff, okay. But then they want to go into the politics stuff with that. Then they want to go into the what else they went into? Now they want to go into religious fact check.
Huh?
I'm like, Yeah,
Are you
that's what I'm saying.
serious?
Like, yeah, it's like some people, somebody got their stuff flagged because
Why do
I
we
think
need
it had black
fact
things.
checkers? We have honest
Yeah.
news, don't we?
Uh, and then, oh,
I
somebody
mean,
posted something about the Statue of Liberty, and I guess they said what it says not in context, something like that.
yeah, Statue of
And it's
Liberty made
like,
in France.
yeah, then they had something else. It's just all kind of weird, stupid stuff that they just. It was so just everything. So I just literally just got the Facebook thing. I told everybody, listen, if I'm in the group, y'all, I'm like, listen, if Facebook says it's false, just delete it because you can't really debate over there no more. Because that's one of the things is two people have a difference of opinion. They go find the facts and information to prove their own point. We don't need Facebook coming in there with, no, here's the decision and this
Yeah,
is it.
but a lot of
Mhm.
All
people
this.
find. What was it at the beginning? Somebody asked me something. It was when it was about like, do I support America or do
Yeah.
I support China? It's kind of
Kind of
like
loyalty.
when but this is what everybody does. Some people repeat the same story that they hear from one side, and the other people repeat the story that they hear from the other side. You don't really have the facts,
Well, yeah. I mean,
but
sometimes
both,
it's just an opinion and it's a debate. It's a legitimate
what's
debate.
more logical, though? I
Well,
mean,
I
I'm
mean, it's
here. I'm not.
some.
I'm
Yeah,
not
it's a
getting
lot of
thrown
times
into
you have
jail.
stuff that's not wrong. It's just a debate between two individuals. But then when
Yeah,
you have an authority come in like Facebook with the power of
yeah,
censorship,
yeah. You're right.
it just
You're
mess
wrong.
everything up.
You get promoted. You get banned.
Or just
Um.
everybody's wrong. We say this,
Yeah.
you know. This guy, I don't know if y'all know, damn, the guy who did frogs, his name, I can't remember. Damn, y'all
the
probably don't
guy,
even know.
the guy who did what?
Uh, shoot, Leonard Hayes. His name was Dr. Hayes. He did the atrazine. I don't know if you ever heard of a doctor doing research on this chemical called atrazine. They spray on a lot of food and a pesticide, but it was turning male frogs into female
Ah,
frogs.
got you. Okay.
You heard about that?
No, never heard
Okay.
of the name, but I'm familiar. I'm familiar. I don't know the name, but I'm familiar with the background of what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, anyway, I had a little debate with him. It wasn't really no debate. He's a scientist, but I was like,
Mm.
me and him were talking, and I was just questioning him because I knew I couldn't actually debate him, but I was just asking him various questions, and Facebook said he was wrong, but he's the one who did the research. He literally did the research in the lab.
It's bad, bro.
And,
It's
and
bad.
then the fact checker, I looked up the actual fact checker. If you look up the fact checker, they will have the person a lot of times who actually
Mhm.
is the one that said it's wrong. And it was just a reporter. And I looked up her. She just graduated high school. She went to Columbia University for journalism. She wasn't even a scientist. So,
Right.
But that's
No,
journalism.
that's
but
it,
she's
man.
Facebook fact checker.
Probably researched it and talked to some guy and
That was funny.
had a nice date with
But no,
him.
I
And
mean, yeah, I mean, social
I tell
media
you
is
what's
good.
been I tell you
Go
what's
ahead.
been getting fact checked a lot lately. That whole the ivermectin thing.
Yeah.
But
And
every time they
then
see the word ivermectin, they striking it.
horse medicine. Horse medicine. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But people, that's the whole thing. I ain't gonna even go into that because, like I said, they got a thing against it. You can't say it. You can't say too much about it. I don't want to mess up BMT's channel. But
Right.
yeah,
Right. Right.
I posted stuff about that too. And
They try to
don't
get you
matter
out
where
of
you
there,
post
huh?
it.
They tried to
Yeah.
get you
Well,
out
I
of
mean,
there. They
people
tried to
scared
get you
of
out of there,
people.
bro.
Well, I mean, I've been banned on Facebook so many times, man. It's no big deal. I don't care. I mean, I just come back in like 30 days. It ain't no big deal. I got other stuff. I don't care.
Oh, they only ban you for 30 days?
Yeah, they be banning me for 30 days all the time and stuff.
Oh, you don't get
But
the
it's like I don't
Insta-ban
really I
forever
can't even talk
treatment?
over there anyway. So it's like, really, it doesn't really affect me. I
Well,
like
I
it's
mean,
certain groups that I enjoy pissing
but
people off.
talking to
That's what you
Facebook
do.
is like talking to the FBI.
Yeah, I don't
Direct
care. I mean,
contact.
they see what we're talking about anyway. They record all this stuff. They have it. The bot writes everything we say down anyway.
Really?
So yeah, Snowden told you that. You
Oh,
remember that
man. It
Snowden?
voice recognizes you too.
Yeah,
That's a
so it's like,
verification.
yeah, people be trying to hide from stuff. Just like we was over on Twitter, and I guess somebody was in the Twitter Spaces and they weren't commenting, and some of the people were like, "Man, what's wrong with them? What you just listening in on? That's probably the government." I was like, "What are y'all worried about?" I mean, so
Yep.
we ain't saying nothing. Like,
Yep.
nah, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. Facebook, everybody has their opinion. It's what makes the world go round. We will
That's it.
see. This is what it is. It's not, everybody get bent out of shape sometimes. That's a big problem. So anyway, I'm about to get off. Hey,
Yeah,
BMT, you
me too.
listening?
I think he out doing his thing. He finna come
Yeah.
back to an empty panel. So
All
I'll holler at
right,
y'all,
y'all.
man. I'll
Yeah,
holler.
I'm hollering too. All right, chat. The chat. Damn. Who was talking
You're
back
gonna
there?
leave
Was
me
K
alone.
Mac? K Mac was blasting me. K Mac, you need to get black, bro. And who else? And Blexit the community. You need to Blexit. You know, you need to get your mind right. Stop all that self hate. Your little self hate. Yeah. What else? So that's it. That's parting
You're just
words for
gonna
everybody.
beef on the last people before you
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. They was talking a bunch of stuff. Hey, but I'm gonna say it like this. This refugee mindset, though, I don't like it. It's not healthy. I heard some Nigerians talking about their own country. Oh, it's so cut up. It's so cut up. Yes, we go to Europe so we can become nurses. I'm like, okay, but
Well,
it's your country. You're not gonna go back and fix it. No, no, no. So anyway, but if
well, yeah.
Nigeria gets all better and good, then they want to come back and be proud of Nigeria. But these are the people who ran, and so they just go wherever the value is. They don't try to
Yeah.
contribute to build the value. They just go moochers.
Well, not every bar is perfect, and I
Well, they
mean,
should be.
well, I've got a friend
I'm
that
just
went to Germany and started working there, and you have to first you have to work, then you have to learn something, then you have to achieve something, and then you need to save the money to be able to start something in Nigeria. So it's the way it goes. It's not easy if you can see the
nah.
immigrants
It's
going
not
to
easy.
America. Like
Nah,
if
it's
you're
not
an
easy.
immigrant trying to get to America, or you start with nothing, like what would I do? I would start with nothing. I'd fly there, get there with 2 suitcases, and what would I do? Then I'd ask, oh, my sister, and then she doesn't have any
Well,
rooms.
the thing is, if you're an immigrant, well, it depends on where you're from. First of all, number one. But if
Yeah,
you're coming into America, usually there's a lot of organizations that are already set up to try to get you on track.
yeah, yeah.
And then
First,
and
I
of
need
course
free
you're
housing, then I
motivated.
need free food, a
And
place
you're
to
a motivated
sleep.
person already because you actually made the trip, right? So you must be a motivated type of person. So
Yeah,
then of course your personal motivation, that's a factor. So yeah, personal responsibility, that's good. And
well,
so, but yeah, I don't have like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody making a better way for themselves, but I don't like when people go somewhere and then it's like you're not making it better by trashing other people who from where you came. That doesn't help anything. So
Well,
that's the
isn't
only
that the
issue I
same thing
have.
I'm doing though? I mean, I
Well, you
redress
do
my
that too.
government,
Yeah, you do that too.
and
That's why I
you
can
know,
see those. I heard the white people, they were mad at you because you trash America. He's like, you're not loyal to America.
yeah, those white people. That's exiled one.
Uh,
He's not really white.
well, I mean, no, it was somebody else that said that. I forgot who it was. It was a different time.
Yeah, there's different
But
levels of white people. You don't,
yeah,
you know.
the Slavs,
Yeah, yeah.
German.
East Bloc Europeans, you
Yeah,
know, the southbound Italian, Spanish,
yeah. South
Portuguese.
Europe, South Europe. They didn't actually prior to 1965. They were not privileged to immigrate to the United States. They only wanted the Northern European folks before the Immigration Act, 1965.
Yeah,
They
Germany and
banned
France,
Africa,
Poland,
they
pretty
banned
much in the middle.
Asian people, and those Southern European, even though they are white, Slavic countries, they didn't want them. They only
Yeah,
wanted the Northern Nordic
yeah.
Aryans.
Tall, blonde, blue-eyed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they wanted. So
yeah.
after Martin Luther King and all of the all of the feathers, us little black folks, the community what these people
Hmm.
talk about. After our parents made a big stink about fairness and equality, then it opened up
Yeah,
opportunities for them. So they want to shit on us now. So, but whatever.
yep. It's a country that just you don't make enough children to feed the need of the ever-growing rich.
Yeah,
So, hmm.
yeah. So they pit everybody against each other. But anyway, guys, I'm about to
Yeah.
head off. James, you can stay up here and just kind of stay silent
Talk
and
with myself.
trip.
I'll,
All
I'll, I'll
right,
be
peace.
quiet because
I'm going.
nothing to say anyway. All right, bye.
All right, y'all.
So yeah, I'm gonna pop off too. I did this once, and I'm not gonna do it again. So BMT, shut it down. Later, everyone.